there, I'm Mariana from Crafting Happiness, and today I'm going to show you how to crochet a Tunisian poppy flower that looks like this. These flowers are great as appliques on baby blankets or hats or bags, and you can increase or decrease the size of the flower by using a different weight yarn or a different sized hook. For this tutorial, I'm using different colors because the black and red did not look very good on the camera, and I want you to see exactly where I insert my hook and the stitches that I make, and that's why I am using gray and pink in double knit yarn. I will also use a 4.5mm crochet hook, and you will also need pins, scissors, and a tapestry needle so you can put the flower together. I also use a piece of yarn just for the center of the flower so I know where the rounds start and end. You can also use a stitch marker. So yeah, you can use any color you like. I'll be working with these two so you can see exactly what I'm doing. To begin, start with a magic ring. And inside the magic ring, make 6 single crochet. Five and 6. And then pull the tail tight to close the magic ring. And this is your first round, and now you can use a piece of yarn or a stitch marker to mark the beginning of each round. On round 2 we will be increasing in each of the 6 stitches, so make 2 single crochet in each stitch. That counts as an increase in amigurumi. Okay, so that's the last increase, and this is what we have so far, and your stitch count will be 12 stitches. So now for round 3 we will increase every other stitch, so make 1 single crochet and then in the next stitch make 2 single crochet, which is an increase. Then in the next make 1 single crochet followed by an increase in the next, and just repeat this sequence until the end of the round. So that should be 6 repeats. So we have 1 repeat left, so make 1 single crochet and then last an increase. And this is the middle of the flower, and now you won't be needing the stitch marker or the piece of yarn. We will start on working on the petal, so make a slip stitch to close the round, and now chain 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and we will be working on this chain back and forth by drawing loops. So insert your hook in a second chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, then go into the next chain, yarn over, pull up a loop, and we'll be doing this 9 times. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the 9th one will go in the stitch. So we'll go right here in this stitch at the base, and we will have 10 loops on the hook. And what we do is now work backwards and yarn over and pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and do that 9 times until you have 1 loop left. Okay, and this is your first row. This is how it looks like. And now we'll be working in these loops right here on the edge. So the first one, it's a bit fiddly. It's this tiny loop right here at the beginning of the row. So insert your hook in that loop and pull up a loop. And the rest are quite easy, they're on the side. And we will be drawing 9 loops again, with the 9th loop being in the base. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the last loop, like I said, the 9th, goes into the same stitch as the other. So we have now 10 loops on a hook, and yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, and we'll do this 9 times. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And the next row will be a short row, so we're only going to draw 5 loops. So remember, don't lose this loop right at the end. Insert your hook. Just make sure your tension is quite loose so you can insert your hook in. Don't make your stitches too tight. Okay, so we have the first loop, and now we continue into these loops here. So we have 2, 3, 4, and 5. So we are only going to do a half row, and now yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, 3 times, 4 times, and 5 times. And what these short rows is going to do is gonna make the petal fan out. So far we made 2 long rows and a short row, and we'll be repeating this section 5 more times. So now we'll start a new repeat, and remember, insert your hook in that loop right at the top. It's easier if you turn your work around, and just make sure your tension is not tight. That will make it easier. So draw 1 loop, and now we will go through these top loops. So we need 9 in total, so we have 2, 3, 4, the 5th one will go right there in the back. We go there, still in the short row. So we made 5 loops in the short row, and the remaining loops go into the long row. So this is number 6, number 7, number 8, and the 9th one will go into a new stitch in the base. So into the next stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop, and every time we start a repeat, like I said, we go into a new stitch, and this is a new repeat, goes into the new stitch. And now we have 10 loops. We go backwards, yarn over, pull through 2, pull through 2, and so on 9 times. This is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right, so this is a new repeat that starts with a long row. We need to make another long row, so just turn your work and find that loop right there at the top. Pull up a loop through it, and then we will draw 9 loops on these loops here. So number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the last one, it's in the base in the same stitch. Okay, so now again we have 10 loops on a hook, yarn over, pull through 2 and through 2, and do that 9 times. That's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. All right, and this is what we have. And now we have another short row. So again, turn around, find the loop right there at the top, and insert your hook and pull a loop through. Okay, and now we need 4 more. That's 2, 3, 4, and number 5. So you're gonna have 6 loops on your hook, and now we're going backwards, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, 3 times, 4 times, and 5 times. And now we have 2 repeats, and we will need 5 in total. So we will start a new repeat and draw 9 loops. Again, remember that tiny stitch right there. That's the most fiddly part of this pattern. Okay, so draw a loop, second, third, fourth. The 5th one still goes into the short row, and it goes in this loop here, this side. So you have 5 loops drawn, 6 on your hook, and now you continue along the long row in these loops. So we have number 6, number 7, number 8, and number 9 goes, okay, 8, and number 9 goes into the next stitch. So like I said, each repeat goes into a separate stitch. And now we started a new repeat, goes into that stitch. So 10 loops, we work backwards, yarn over, pull through 2, 9 times, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. There it is. You can see how it fans out, and that's because of the short rows. All right, now we need another long row. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the ninth one goes into the same stitch. There. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now we have to make a short row like this one, so we will be pulling just 5 loops. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we have 5 loops drawn, 6 on a hook. It's time to go backwards. We have pull through 2 5 times. 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's 1 repeat left over. So we have 1 repeat, 2, 3. We need 2 more for this petal. So let's turn around, find that fiddly small loop at the top. Okay. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 into the short row. 5 loops, 6 on a hook, and continue along this long row. 6, 7, 8, and then the 9th one goes into a new stitch like we discussed, because it's a new repeat. 9. And now backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Another long row. I just want to mention, if you lose the loop and you just can't find it, easiest way is go backwards 1 loop, and then yarn over and pull through the 2 again, and the loop will be there. Because sometimes when you pull too much, you will tighten up the loop and you won't find it. So that's the easiest way. Unravel 1 or 2 stitches and do it again. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now go backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. Now we need a short row. So we need 5 loops. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And we go backwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So now we have 1 repeat, 2, 3, 4 repeats. We need 1 more repeat for this petal. So we will do another set of 2 long rows and a short one. Okay, so that's 1 loop, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the short row, continue on the long row, 6, 7, 8, and the 9th one goes, like I said, in the new stitch. Okay, and backwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, we need another long row. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 in the same stitch as the first row. And backwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And we need a short row now. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and now we are going backwards through 2 loops at a time. So that's 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we have our 5 repeats, and this is how the petal looks like so far. And we just need to close this petal by making 2 long rows, and they go in their own separate stitch at the base. So let's continue in that loop right there at the top. Okay, so that's number 1, number 2, 3, 4, 5 loops drawn in the short row. Now we continue on the long row, 6, 7, 8, and the 9 goes in its own separate stitch. Okay, and now it's backwards, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. One more long row. Okay, oh. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9 goes into the base. Have 1 backwards, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And the petal it's complete, and this is how it looks like so far. We will be crocheting an edge around it, but that's after we finish the second petal. Okay, so to close this petal, we will be slip stitching on all the way down in the same loops as we would have drawn the loops. So let's just insert your hook, pull up a loop and do your slip stitch. And now going to the next one, slip stitch. So we will be making 9 slip stitches. So that's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and as usual the 9th one goes into the base, so slip stitch into the base. Okay, so now it's time to move on to the second petal, and I'll show you on the original, if you can see. So these two are 2 separate pieces that we sew together. So we make this piece right now, and we finish the first petal. We will slip stitch to the next side of the circle so we can crochet the second petal. Okay, so now we're going to slip stitch to the other side of the circle so we can crochet the second petal. So in between the petals we have 3 stitches, so we need to make 1 slip stitch, 2, 3, and then moving to the first stitch where we start the petal. So that's 4 slip stitches. And now repeat this process to create the second petal. Chain 9, into the second chain, draw 9 loops, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the 9th one goes into that same stitch where you slip stitch. Okay, and now backwards. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So that's our first row. I'm going to pause the video and create this second petal, which is literally it's basically the same. 2 long rows, 1 short row, and repeat this section 5 times. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, and then at the end make 2 long rows just to close and balance the petal, and each repeat is made into its own stitch. So you'll be working in 6 stitches, 5 repeats plus the last one. So like I said, I'll pause the video and I'll meet you after I finish the second petal. So I've completed the second petal, and I'm just about to finish it by slip stitching all the way down, and I just wanted to show you one more time. It's basically the same places where you would draw the loops, but you slip stitch. So you make 9 slip stitches. That was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the 9th one goes right in a base in the same stitch as the other rows. Okay, so This is how it looks like. So that's petal 1, petal 2. That will do a great bow as well. It looks quite cute as a bow. Anyways, let's go back. So now we will crochet a border around the leaf petals, so we can make them more curly. And usually what happens is that when you crochet this border, you can crochet over metal wire, and then you can change the placement of the petals, the way they are bent and all that. But because we are crocheting applique for baby blankets, it's not really suitable. So I come up with a different solution to make the petal curl, and I'll show you in a minute. So let's go now forward to the first petal we made, and we have 3 stitches in between them. We are going to slip stitch in each. So we have 1 slip stitch, 2, and 3. So now we are going to single crochet along the petal all the way to the top. You should have 9 single crochet, but it really doesn't matter how many single crochet stitches you make. If you have 8 or if you have 10, it makes no difference. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the 9th one is right at the top, and that's where the corner is. So in the corners we will make 3 single crochet. So that corner there, which is supposed to be number 9, make 3 single crochet. That is a corner. All right, and now we will make 3 single crochet in each of these top stitches, and what it will do, it will make your petal curl just like you would have a metal wire crocheted in, so you can move it. So this is my solution to replace the wire. We will just make 3 single crochet, and that will curl the edge and make it look more realistic, I guess. Yeah, so let's do that. So we've crocheted the corner, and now in each of these stitches we make 3 single crochet. That's 1, 2, 3. So it's gonna get a bit crowded, but that is the idea. So the edge will curl. Okay, so now as you can see, it's quite curly, and it will look more like a petal. We've reached the end of the top, and right here the corner, we'll make the corner by making 3, so nothing changed, and then we'll go along the edge and make a 9 single crochet in these slip stitches. We will not be making a single crochet inside the base. We will just stop right here on the last one. So yeah, remember this first slip stitch we made. You can insert your hook in. It's a bit fiddly as usual. Okay. And we made it. So that's 1. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th one goes in here, right to the base, but not inside the stitch. And like I said, if you have 8, it's fine. And this is how the petal looks like now. You see how it curls? Looks more like a petal. And now we are going to slip stitch along to the next one. So remember, we have 3 stitches in between. You can slip stitch in each. So that's 1, 2, and 3. And now we make 9 more, and like I said, you make them in these loops here at the end, and it should be 9, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and the 9th one is right here at the top, and we will create the corner in there. So make 3 single crochet in that corner stitch, and that will bring the yarn over to the top, and at the top we will be making again 3 single crochet in each of these stitches all the way around. So now we've reached the end of the row, and in this corner last stitch we will make 3 again, which counts as our corner stitches, and it will bring the yarn back on the side. And now make 9 single crochet in each of these slip stitches. First one, fiddly as usual. Okay. So that's number 1. Number 2. Number 3. That is number 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. And like you see, I don't have a number 9. It will go in this slip stitch right here. It doesn't really matter because we are done. So now we're going to just make a slip stitch at the base. Okay, so we make it in this here. Just slip stitch. And we are going to cut the yarn. Pull through. Okay, so this is 2 of the petals. You can see nice and curly at the top, and we will need 2 of them, and we will sew them adjacent to each other to create a poppy. And now I'm going to show you how to crochet this middle part. But I will use gray because you can barely see black, so we will work with gray. But first I will pause the video and I'll make another piece like this one, and then I'll come back and I'll show you how to crochet the middle part of the poppy. So I now have created another piece identical to the first one, and I weaved in the ends on this one. On this one I left the tail because I'm gonna use it to sew these 2 pieces together, and you can see how the edges are curling. If you want them less curly, then I suggest you make 2 single crochet in each of these stitches instead of 3. I like mine curlier, so I made 3. Alright, so what we're going to do is put these pieces on top of each other like so, and we will be stitching around this middle part, so we will look like this, and then we will be making the middle part. Okay, so take your needle, thread through the tail, and place these 2 things, these 2 pieces on top of each other. Make sure they're adjacent, and to make sure they stay in place, use pins. First, make sure they are perfectly aligned, the middles are perfectly aligned, and then put a pin right in the middle. And now you know it will not move, and this is how it's going to look. Okay, so let's start. And because we're using the same yarn, you won't see the difference. And on top of that, we will have the black middle, so you won't really see the stitches. So just make a few stitches around. And then we thread it through this side. Okay, and now just cut the yarn, and this is what we have so far. And now we're going to make the middle part. For the middle part, I'm using a double knit yarn in dark gray and a 4.5mm crochet hook, but I'm only using gray because you can't see the black. So if I worked in black, you will not see the stitches and where they go, and I want you to see exactly where I insert my hook. Alright, so let's get started. Make a magic ring, and on that magic ring we will crochet 6 single crochet. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. And now we're going to pull the tail and close this. We will also use a stitch marker or a piece of yarn. I'll use one of the tails I've cut from the poppy. And this is your first round, and what we're going to do is work on the front and back loops of each stitch. And in the back loops we will crochet the second round, and in the front loops we will crochet these little curlies right here. I don't know if you can see them properly. We'll crochet these little curls, and we will beat the middle part like that. So we will start first with the curlies, and we will insert the hook in a front loop of the first stitch, and in this fourth loop we're gonna slip stitch and chain 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then in the second chain from the hook we will make 2 single crochet. Then go to the next chain and make 2 single crochet, and we'll do this in every chain, so that's 5 chains. So this is chain number 3, chain number 4, and chain number 5. And this is your first curly. And now we're moving on to the next stitch, and insert the hook in the front loop only, and then we slip stitch in there, and now we create another chain of 6. 3, 4, 5 and 6. And then in the second chain from the hook we make 2 single crochet. 1, 2. Then go into the next chain and make 2 single crochet, and so on in every chain until you reach the base, so you'll have 5 chains. And just make 2 single crochet in each. So now we've reached the base. We move on into the next stitch in the front loop, like that, and slip stitch in it. Now chain 6, 1 2 3 4 5 and 6, then insert your hook in a second chain, make 2 single crochet all the way down, so 5 chains. That's it. Chain number 3, chain number 4, number 6, 5 and we reach the base. We move on into the next stitch, and so on, and slip stitch and chain 6, 3 4 5 and 6, and again make another of those curlies by making 2 single crochet in each chain. Okay. And one more chain left. Okay, so now we have 4 curlies. We have to have 6 because there were 6 stitches in this first round. So go into the next, front loop only and slip stitch, and now chain 6 and make another of those curlies. All right, so we have 2 more chains left and the last one, and now we are going into the last of those stitches, and we are inserting the hook in a front loop only, slip stitch, and make your last curly in this round. 3 4 5 6 chains, and then single crochet in each of those chains. Okay, and the last chain, and now we reach the end of the row. These are the curlies so far. What we're going to do is continue on the back of the curlies into the back loops of those stitches, and we're gonna create a round 2. And on round 2 we will be increasing in each of the stitches, so that means we're going to make 2 single crochet in each of these back loops. And you can see the back loops. I will show you with a needle. You can see the back loops right here. They're pretty easy to spot, and you know you have 6 of them, and you know where your round starts. So let's continue. You need your yarn, piece of yarn, to know where you started and where to finish, and you can count them 1 2 3 4 5 6, so you know where to start. And always the first one is the fiddly one. Okay, we'll be making 2 single crochet inside that stitch. So we have one increase. Now we go around, find the next back loop and do another increase in that back loop. Then we have the next one and make 2 single crochet, then another increase. So we have 1, 2, 3, we have 4, 5. So this tail is in the way. I'm just going to cut it short. You should not cut it, you should weave it in, but for this tutorial I'm just going to cut it short. Okay, so we had 1 increase, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then a last increase in, where's the loop? Here's the loop. There we go. Make 2 single crochet. That's 1, and that is the second. Okay, and this is how it looks like in the back. You don't need this anymore. Now we're going to slip stitch in the first single crochet we made, so we can complete the circle. So find the first single crochet you made and slip stitch in it. Okay, and now on this second round we will make another set of these curlies. This time you don't need to work in a front or back loop only. You can just crochet into the stitch as you wish. And we have, because we increased, we have 12 stitches, so we will be making 12 of these little curlies. So I'll show you how to make 1 or 2, and then you can complete the round. So make 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 chains. We're going to make it a little bit longer, and then in the second chain make 2 single crochet, and then 2 single crochet in each of the remaining chains. So you're going to have 5 here, and just make 2 single crochet in each. All right. And once you reach the base, you slip stitch into the next stitch, and that will bring you over so you can start your next curly. There you go. And then you just chain 6, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and just continue like so around. Make 12 curlies all around, and when you reach the end, just slip stitch and cut the yarn. I'll pause the video, make the curlies, and I'll show you how it looks like. So I've completed the middle part, and this is how it looks like. So we have the first 6 in the middle right here, and then we have the curlies on the second round, 12 of them, and then when you put them together they all curl up in the middle and it looks like this. And then what we have left to do is sew it in the middle, attach it to the middle of the poppy, and this is how it looks like. So I'll be using the tail to join this piece in the middle. And this is how the poppy looks like. And this is the red version of it, and you can see this one, it's a bit more flat because I made 2 single crochet in each of these stitches, and this one has 3 single crochet, so it's more curly, more like a poppy should look like. And this is the end result. And like I said, you can increase or decrease the size by using a different yarn weight or a different hook. And this is how you crochet a Tunisian poppy flower.